welcome back to the channel. Guys, today will be a little bit of a different video because I won't be playing any games in this one. I really just want to talk for a little bit because this was pretty interesting to me. So Bandai Namco released a statement not too long ago, and what they have said has sort of suggested that they might be adopted. No, they will be adopting a much more stricter process when it comes to passing or dropping their games that are in development. It's not all doom and gloom, finally. I'm going to read this article released by Video Game Chronicles. I'll be giving my thoughts along the way. Let me get into my reading voice. Bandai Namco has confirmed that it has recently cancelled at least 5 games in development and said it plans to have stricter quality control going forward. For its third fiscal quarter ended in December, the publisher said that its digital division, which mainly includes video games, saw an 8.9% drop in net sales compared to the same period last year, and a 96.5% drop in income. So right off the bat, you could tell that Bandai is pissed off that they are not making the same money that they made last year. And we all know how much these guys love money. In a statement about the figures, the publisher noted that while Dragon Ball and One Piece games remained stable in Japan and overseas, one of the main reasons for the large drop in profit was that Elden Ring sold a lot of copies during the last fiscal year, and that hasn't been replicated by another title this year. It also noted that a review of its development process led to a quote-unquote loss on disposal, suggesting some projects had been cancelled. I know this might be a common thing in the video game industry, but I just think this line is absolutely crazy because this means that Bandai weren't already in the process of working with developers and making these new titles, but after reviewing how those games were looking, decided that they were so bad to the point that they saw zero potential and decided to pull the plug early, even though it means they will be taking a hit financially. It sort of makes me wonder, what were the games that got cancelled and who were the developers? I wonder if any of them were Spike. I doubt it though. In my head, I want to instantly assume that the games they cancelled were anime games because Bandai do release a lot of them. But at the same time, it could have been some random ass collab like Pac-Man x Tamagotchi Pinball Battle Royale. I hope I'm not giving these guys ideas. In addition to valuation losses related to new online game titles, we recorded a loss on disposal due to a review of title organization with a view to the next midterm plan. So they're pretty much saying that they cancelled these games because they didn't believe they were up to standard. They didn't think they were any good. They didn't believe that these games would help them in any way or contribute in helping them achieve their new set targets. And I like that. I like the fact that they've dropped them because of that. It's pretty ruthless, and I don't feel like Bandai does enough of that. It's unfortunate for the devs they were working with, but guys, we've all seen the type of games they've been releasing in the 5 past years or so. Let me name a couple. Sword Art Online Alicization, Tokyo Ghoul, Core to Exist, that shit died on release. Jump Force, One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, whose online multiplayer was shut down 2 years after the game was released. Naruto Storm Connections is on some shit too, I'm not even gonna lie. Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what? Let me not even start with this game. I feel as though it gets enough hate already. You have people creating false and slanderous screenshots about it. It's a bittersweet feeling because it means that people are finally waking up to the fact that Bandai love publishing half-ass anime games for anything that isn't Dragon Ball. It's cool that people are waking up when it comes to anime games, but at the same time, there are people who genuinely do like the JJK game and they are getting attacked for liking it and for playing it, which is never a good thing in my opinion. I don't think people should be attacked because they bought a certain thing or like a certain thing unless it's completely weird. Excuse my voice a little bit, I'm kind of tired right now. It's kind of funny because we as a community tend to attack 3D arena games that we deem to be bad, but we never give praises to the ones that were good or actually try to do something different. Example number 1, Kill La Kill If. Now this game wasn't published by Bandai specifically, but I want to mention it because this was an extremely unique 3D fighting anime game, and it is living proof that shows there's much more to this genre of anime games. If you've seen that game, you will know what I'm talking about. The only issue was that the timing was pretty bad considering how long ago the anime ended before this game was released. Here's example number 2. Some people may think I've lost my head for saying this, but Black Clover Quartet Knights, another great game in my opinion. I'm going to say that 95% of people who have decided to watch this video probably didn't even know that this game ever existed. Why? Because for some reason Bandai hardly marketed this game at all. They just dropped a trailer, a couple tweets and called it a day. It was a 4v4 third-person magical shooter that had about 3 or 4 different game modes, more than the JJK game. Not trying to spread hate or anything, I just want to throw that out there. I'm pretty sure I have some gameplay of it on the channel, so you know what? I'ma find that and we're gonna watch it together. The graphics aren't the best in this game, but I just feel as though it had the right amount of chaos to make it fun and replayable. And on top of that, the design, the maps, the colors weren't really bad either. Like, part of this is the reason why I sort of understand why people might like the JJK game, because it's a team-based game, and you get to play as characters from an anime that you watch. But the difference here is that Black Clover Quartet Knights had more than just one game mode. Sheesh, I was ass at this game. I really just fell down Oh, that is just sad. Freaking yo! I was terrible at this game. And the thing about this game, maybe I'm just not remembering things as they were at the time, but I'm pretty sure every character that you played in this game really just felt right. It felt as though they all had their own unique abilities, and it just really felt as though you were playing the anime. No, deflecting that tennis bit. But yeah, that's about it. Anyways, let's go back to the article. In the future, we will build an optimal and well-balanced title portfolio, examine our development system carefully, and strengthen development with an emphasis on quality. So clearly what they are acknowledging here is that the games that they have been publishing recently have not been very high quality. The developers that they've been working with haven't been trying their best, and perhaps Bandai have acknowledged that they haven't really been investing as much as they should. Disposal of work in progress was decided in accordance with internal rules regarding evaluation, and the online games and other products that were subject to this disposal were also implemented in accordance with these rules. They explained. We have also decided to discontinue the development of at least 5 other titles under the development and have recorded a loss on disposal. What I'm getting from this is that it's not actually just been 5 games that they've had to cancel. Since they've decided to use the word at least, that means they've probably cancelled at least more than 5, or they are planning to cancel even more. Since the second half of the previous fiscal year, we have changed our development structure, setting stricter standards for proceeding with development, narrowing down titles, and changing the methods of recording development expenses. So apparently they've actually started implementing these rules since the second half of the last fiscal year, which is interesting, because if this was implemented before Naruto Storm Connections came out, how the hell did they let some of these things that were in the game pass? The associated technical research expenses for this were higher than expected at the beginning of the year. Due to the longer development period for games, the time from investment to payback is also lengthening. In addition to narrowing down these titles, we are also considering the best way to optimize our titles by classification, such as strategic worldwide titles and casual titles for light users. Now, as somebody who does not work in the video game industry, I can 100% tell you that I do not know what the fuck they mean by that. Despite the large drop in profits, the studio did at least note that Tekken 8 has proved to be a success. No surprises there. As for the lineup of titles under development, we are preparing a large-scale downloadable content for Elden Ring, and a new Dragon Ball game, which I'm assuming is the new Sparking Zero. Please look forward to these titles. And that's the end of the article. Things might be looking up for us. If Bandai have decided to come out right with pretty much admitting that some of the games they have had are not up to standard, they aren't up to quality, we might be approaching a time and place where these guys will decide to start taking these anime games that they release a bit more seriously. But I think this decision is mostly influenced by the success of Elden Ring. It's pretty much a game changer for them, so maybe things are going to be really great for us now. I am losing my voice because I am tired as hell. I really don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this, but for now, I shall ride off into the sunset with Elden Ring for saving us.